Mr. CJ Chenier.
We are here with the great CJ Chenier at Johnny D's. This is Johnny D's TV. And we're just going to ask him a couple of questions about his illustrious career. He's been playing here for many years, and we're very proud to have him here whenever he can manage to make it up into the neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your European tour that just finished.
Well, you know, we did, actually we went to England and did a couple of big festivals up there. We did WOMAD.
Oh, you were at WOMAD?
Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
Cambridge Folk Fest and, you know, a couple of other festivals. I can't remember the name, but it was great, man. It was like a breath of fresh air, you know.
How long were you over?
We did that one for a week. Prior to that, we did like Germany and France and Austria and Holland and Belgium. We stayed out there for like 5 weeks. Yeah, it was great, you know, people that's not zydeco experts that's out there just to have a good time and see people hopping and skipping and jumping like I used to do up here, you know, and having just a refreshingly good time, not, you know, just being free. Yeah. That's what I like.
It sounds like a really good tour, actually.
Yeah, it was a great tour, man. I love going to Europe, you know. They're real appreciative of roots music over there.
That's true. I think I've heard many people say that over the last few years, that sometimes they can actually get better audiences, more appreciative audiences in Europe now.
Well, you know, they're not, it's pretty new to them, and they're real open-minded, not so judgmental and not wanting to hear specific things, so they there just to enjoy themselves, you know, and not, you know, just have a good time.
Sounds like New Orleans to me.
Nowhere is like New Orleans.
Tell me a little bit about your father when you were growing up and learning about your trade.
Well, that was the good old days, man. I just took my little saxophone out the case and stood in front of the mic and played and got paid, you know.
How young were you when you started in your dance band?
I was 20. 20. Yeah, and I'm moving right now. Actually,
he's 21 now.
Yeah, so. That's it. I was 20, man. So it was like 30 years ago, man, and you know, it was real fun because just like in Europe, when you went to play somewhere, people weren't set, you know, hard down set on doing one specific dance. You might see somebody sliding across the floor, shirts flying off, shoes flying off, everybody just having a good old time. And to me, that was the good old days, you know, and I appreciated those. And it was like that when I first started too, you know, everybody was fresh to the music and they just had a good old time, and somebody went down south and learned the two-step and brought it up north and kind of mixed things up a little bit, but you know, it's okay.
Well, things constantly change, so
yeah, they always change.
Not always to the best, I guess, but
I guess in this situation, to me, they took some of the party out of the party when they did that, because I enjoy seeing people do all kinds of dances.
Yeah.
I don't, you know, it's fun to see everybody doing a two-step. You know, but it's even more fun when everybody just be free. You know, I tell everybody all the time, when you dance a zydeco, just move something and it all fits. that's all you gotta do, move something and it fits. You know?
Definition of zydeco there. That's the real definition.
That's the real definition of zydeco dance. Move something and it fits, guaranteed.
origins of what your father was doing, I guess, sort of came from a lot of different sources, though, didn't they?
Yeah, well, you know, my dad was the kind of person that whatever he felt like he wanted to play, that's what he played. He played boogies, he played blues, he played waltzes, you know, and later on in his life he decided he started wanting to play funk, so he experimented with that, you know. He didn't, you know, he's a Zydeco king, of course, you know.
But he wasn't stuck there.
No, he wasn't stuck there.
Neither
you know?
are you. You never have been.
I like variety.
Yeah.
You know, and I just can't see myself standing up there all night long with the same thing going on. I can't do that. You know, I got more music in me than that, and I like it to come out.
Yeah. What's the future hold for you musically? What are your plans these days?
I don't know, man. I tell you the truth, I don't know. I love playing music. I just like to play and make people happy. Sometimes I think they make it a little rough on me, but I'm a warrior. You know.
Beware of those purists. That's what
well, what's a purist? They don't know what I know. I guarantee you that.
There you are.
But it's all right. You know, like you said, everything evolves and it changes, and everybody's got their own idea of what it's supposed to be. But I came from the old school. I learned from the king, so I know exactly what it is. And you know, he always told me to do the best I could do with my style. He didn't tell me to imitate him or anybody else, and he didn't tell me to stick to one thing. You know, I love the accordion, and I love to play it, but I like to play it in different ways. You know, that's just how I am.
Words of wisdom. Thank you, man.
My pleasure.